Watermelon, flip-flops, and sunny days are a few of my favorite things about the summer. But did you know that sunny days are not only enjoyable, but can also be good for your health? Although vitamin D is naturally found in some foods, such as eggs, fish, and mushrooms, the best way to get it is from the sun. That's why vitamin D is often referred to as a sunshine vitamin.
If a person is not wearing sunscreen, sunlight comes in contact with the skin, and the skin actually is the source for vitamin D production, if you will. Cholesterol is converted into a vitamin D, what we call precursor. Vitamin D is actually activated then in the liver and kidneys in order to make the activated vitamin D.
Although vitamin D is easy to obtain and has no cost, many people are vitamin D deficient. According to the National Health and Nutrition Examination surveys, about 1/3 of the U.S. population has been living with insufficient vitamin D levels. So why is this a big deal? Because vitamin D is very important for our bodies.
To have optimal bone health, you need vitamin D, no question about it. Vitamin D is also important for the absorption of calcium. You can absorb some calcium if you don't have adequate vitamin D levels, but when you get adequate vitamin D status, you can roughly triple your absorption of calcium. So vitamin D, calcium go hand in hand for good bones.
Inadequate vitamin D intake is known to cause rickets in children and osteoporosis and fractures later in adulthood. But the importance of vitamin D goes beyond just your bones.
But we now know that vitamin D has far-reaching effects on the circulatory system, on blood pressure. It has blood pressure lowering effects, for example. It has immune effects. A number of studies linking low levels of vitamin D to a number of cancers. So vitamin D is extremely important, and we basically need to take pains to make sure we've got adequate vitamin D status.
So what can we do to ensure adequate vitamin D levels? As we mentioned earlier, our bodies have the amazing ability to synthesize vitamin D directly from the sun. Just think about it. It's possible to reduce your risk of all these ailments by spending some time outdoors and in the sunshine. Now, some of you may be thinking, wait, what about sunburn and skin cancer? Aren't we supposed to avoid spending too much time in the sun? The truth is that we don't need to spend a lot of time in the sun to get adequate vitamin D.
If you want a ballpark figure, for most people we're talking in the range of 5 to 10 minutes a day. That's exposure to the face, arms, and hands, or if you will, the arms and legs alone without the face. But it is a bit more technical than that. People with darker complexion need more sun exposure. People in certain parts of the country or the world may need more or less than others, depending on how close to the equator they are and the time of day.
Depending on where you live in the world, it may not be possible to obtain vitamin D from the sun during the winter months. But this doesn't mean you have to go without any vitamin D during the winter.
Basically, vitamin D is a fat-soluble vitamin. You do store it. So if you have real high levels during the months where there's sunshine, it is possible that those can carry you through the winter. What we find when we check vitamin D levels in the clinic, most of our patients have relatively low levels even at the end of the summer. So most people, if they want to keep their vitamin D level adequate or at least not become deficient, they need to take a supplement during the winter months.
Seasonal availability aside, the sun is still your best source for vitamin D. Think about it. For centuries, humans spent a lot of time outdoors working and playing in the sun. It is only recently that we have confined ourselves indoors for days at a time. Getting our vitamin D from the sun just seems natural. Isn't it amazing that we were designed with such a simple, enjoyable way to give our bodies what we need? Be sure to take a break from your busy day and spend some time in the sun. It only takes a few minutes. I'm Grace Jung, and this is Your Life in Health.